7th December, 1941. This was the last day in history after which the map of the world was going to change forever. A disaster was about to hit the U.S. Navy base that no one could have predicted. Doris Miller, an African-American cook aboard a battleship, serves breakfast to Navy officers at sunrise and then gets to work on their laundry collection. At exactly 7:57 in the morning, Doris hears a siren. A siren which perhaps no one wants to hear in his service. He immediately comes out and is shocked to see that the entire sky has been covered with Japanese bomber aircraft. In the blink of an eye, it seems as if an apocalypse has struck the entire naval base because the Japanese aircraft started destroying the American ships. This attack was done at the Pearl Harbor base, and today we will know why Japan had such great courage to attack a country like America. Why was America's biggest award given to a cook named Doris Miller, and why did America launch a nuclear attack on Japan? This interesting story of ours begins in 1941 when, in World War II, America had staked everything to save China. Yes, the same China against which today, in 2024, America talks openly about. It happened that it had been 3 years since the start of World War II, in which Germany and Italy were on one side, while Britain, the Netherlands, and France were on the other side. America had no part in this war. America was completely neutral because, due to the losses suffered in World War I, America wanted to keep itself completely away from the wars in Europe and Asia. But there was one country which America was continuously harassing, and that was Japan. Due to Japan's lack of natural resources, it was aggressively taking over neighboring countries so that it could fulfill its demands for natural resources. Japan had captured large areas of Korea, Taiwan, and China. Apart from this, Japan also wanted to gain control over the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. But the issue was that Malaysia was a British colony, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands, and the Philippines was a colony of America. These countries did not like Japan's occupation of other countries at all, because Hitler was actually behind Japan, and Hitler was the enemy of Britain and America. Seeing these actions of Japan, in July 1941, America stopped giving oil to Japan. Japan did not have its own oil, but used to import 80% of its demand from America. America put this condition in front of Japan. First, it would have to give up its hold on China, and then it would be given oil. This was a very difficult decision for Japan. On one hand, if it had given up its hold on China, then the whole world would have thought that despite Hitler's support, Japan surrendered to America. On the other hand, there was oil without which Japan's hold would have weakened anyway. Japan decided that it would not take back its guns from China. Instead, Japan planned to invade Indonesia to take the oil. But it was not so easy because Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands at that time, and to reach there it was necessary to first capture the Philippines, which was America's colony. Japan knew very well that if it attacked the Philippines, it would be retaliated from the American naval base Pearl Harbor, which was in the Pacific Ocean. But because Japan's oil reserves were rapidly depleting, and they had no other option but to attack not the Philippines, but Pearl Harbor. Yes. The Japanese military leader decided that he would do a surprise attack on America's Pearl Harbor base and destroy the entire base, so that after that Japan could easily attack the Philippines. Japan was now secretly preparing to attack Pearl Harbor. They started preparing their fleet. America had enough army to defeat the Japanese attack, but for this, it was necessary for them to get information about this attack in advance. Japan wanted to keep the attack a secret in every way, which is why the Japanese commander decided that before the attack, they would stay away from any wireless communication. The Japanese army had covered a distance of about 8,000 kilometers, and now Pearl Harbor was only 370 kilometers away. This was the point from where the aircraft were taken off to attack. It was going to be the biggest attack of World War II that America didn't know about. On the morning of 7th December 1941, 350 Japanese aircraft attacked Pearl Harbor in 2 different groups. The Americans, who were completely unaware of this attack, felt as if the apocalypse had fallen on them. The first group of Japanese aircraft rained bombs on the base. For 45 minutes, these bombers kept attacking Pearl Harbor and then went back. At first, it seemed like the attack was over, but after 10 minutes, another group of bomber aircraft arrived and shelled the surviving naval base, destroying it too. The attack continued for 1 hour and 15 minutes. America's 20 vessels, 8 battleships, and more than 300 planes were destroyed. During this time, there was also an African-American cook, Doris Miller, on one of America's battleships. During the laundry collection, Doris heard a siren. By the time he came out, a Japanese missile had hit his ship, injuring many officers, including the ship's captain. Doris single-handedly shifted the wounded to a medical facility and then repeatedly attacked the Japanese aircraft by himself. He shot down a total of 6 Japanese aircraft without training, while Japan lost a total of 29 aircraft in the attack. Doris Miller was the first African American to be awarded the Navy Cross. This award is the highest award of the U.S. Navy and the second highest award of the United States after the Medal of Honor. After being attacked for 1 hour and 15 minutes, the Japanese aircraft went back, but they had now pushed America into World War II. The very next day, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, America declared open war against them. For the next 3 months, America was busy restoring its naval base. Fortunately, many ships were submerged in shallow water and were repairable. After 4 months, America attacked Japan in the same way Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Yes, in April 1942, America rained bombs on Japan's capital, Tokyo. This was America's first deadly attack in World War II, but after this, America did not stop. The fight between Japan and America continued for the next 4 years, in which America now had the upper hand. Japan had become very weak in this war, but it was not giving up in any case. Finally, in August 1945, America used its last card against Japan. On August 6, 1945, at 8:02 in the morning, a Boeing B-29 Superfortress aircraft was seen over the city of Hiroshima. This aircraft dropped a 4,400 kilo bomb named Little Boy on Hiroshima. Exactly 43 seconds later, there was a massive explosion and everything turned white. After that, a fireball rose from the ground to the sky, bringing the ground temperature up to 5,000 degrees Celsius. This was the first nuclear attack in history, and in an instant more than 80% of the buildings in Hiroshima were turned into piles of dust. Before the Japanese military leaders could think about it, 3 days later the United States launched another nuclear attack on Nagasaki. This was a Mark III bomb, codenamed Fat Man. The 4,670 kilo bomb wiped out the entire city as soon as it fell. These 2 were the first nuclear bombs used on humans. An estimated 260,000 people were killed in the attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The very next week, Japan bowed to the United States, and with that, World War II came to an end. I hope you will like and share this video of
Past Journey.
Thanks for watching and good luck.